both sides of the vehicle for traffic to notice so that they can see how to handle.
They urge committee members to assist the police by reporting any parked cars along the road that have been stationary for more than 2 hours.
Encourage members of the communities and the public and other road users to always inform police in case of these broken down vehicles.
There is a high number of vehicles in dangerous mechanical conditions on Ugandan roads, indicating inadequate supervision. The responsibility of supervising vehicles was transferred from the police to the Ministry of Works and Transport.
The law talks of 2 hours. The law talks of 2 hours, and the responsible in that issue, in that matter, is the roads, the UNRA.
Poor road signage, reckless driving and overspeeding are significant factors contributing to road accidents in Uganda. It is concerning that many skilled drivers struggle to interpret erected road signs, which puts the lives of road users at risk. Abdul Nasser Lubwama and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
UBC Lunchtime News. The Ministry of Health has deferred from an earlier opinion of government to remove khat, aka Mira, from the list of prohibited substances. Last week, the Minister for Internal Affairs asked Parliament to scrutinize the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Control Bill 2023 not to consider khat among the regulated substances. While appearing before Parliament Committee on Defence and Internal Affairs, Minister Anifa Kawoya says Mira is very dangerous to human beings and needs to be regulated.
Last week, the Minister for Internal Affairs, Kahinda Otafire, told the Parliament's Committee on Defence and Internal Affairs that khat, aka Mira or Mairunji, and some other specific weed should be removed from the list of prohibited substances, justifying that the country can win big from the industry.
You can't prohibit, you can't sell alcohol and prohibit khat. And in our circumstances, khat has become a cash crop.
General Tafire, based on a due diligence done on both khat and cannibalism, saying that the dangerous part surfaces when being abused.
Fortunately, those who are growing are foreign investors. They are from Israel. Now, what I'm arguing is the proceeds, much as we get taxes, some benefits, much of the proceeds is repatriated to Israel. So I'm saying, if these fellows are making profit, why don't we allow our own people, Ugandans, the Chiwanukas, the Otafires, the Okelos, the Bamasava, to grow cannabis, those who can afford, those who have the capacity to grow it, and the proceeds remain here.
The Minister of Health bitterly presented a different opinion during the same engagement with the Committee on Defence and Internal Affairs of Parliament.
Because it also has its effects.
The Health Ministry recognizes the fact that the psychoactive drugs can be medicinal, but the cultivation and distribution cannot be left at a free range.
But must be regulated to be taken. We have even said under whose authority, guidance, who should do that. Not everybody to just go and pick. So I think we are all together. And my general, my brother, yes, anything once is taken, we have understood that now alcohol is leading. It may be another type even worse than khat.
Anifa Kawoya, the State Minister for Health in charge of general duties, says anything taken in excess should be regulated and specific people should be licensed to carry out the operations, including growing and distribution, among others.
And we as a ministry through National Drug Authority, our mandate is to regulate, which is allowed. and which is not allowed. Criminalities comes in when you take it out of the allowed specifications. So our emphasis is on regulation. Our emphasis is to ensure that every drug that comes here will regulate it so that it's not harmful to our population.
The MPs tasked the Minister of Health to provide a written submission on the medicinal bit as far as the substances in question are concerned.
Where we have problems, as colleagues have said, is on the implementation side of it. Now we are amending this bill to reinforce, to ensure that what has failed, we cannot continue to lament that failed, but we must improve and say it is a law that can be implementable.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Recently elected chairperson for Bukedia District Local Government, Mary Akol, has threatened to resign, citing what she terms as an unclear fate of hers. Akol says the continuous arrest of other district leaders is leaving her with nobody to work with. Her assertion comes hardly a week since the RDC, DPC, among other district officials were arrested as part of investigations into the Bukedia by-election mess.
While she campaigned for the district topmost job, she promised a lot with the hope of winning.
I declare Mary Akol who has obtained the largest number of votes.
On winning, she even pledged more than she had promised.
Let's come and work together for the good of Bukedia, and we shall develop our Bukedia we want.
No sooner had she officially assumed the office than a directive was issued to investigate the process that led to her victory. A letter from President Yoweri Museveni directed the State House Anti-Corruption Unit to investigate any anomalies reported in the Bukedia by-election.
About me, because everybody is like, because of that woman, because I contested, now their families are in problems, their families are not happy, you know.
Reports of ballot stuffing, as lamented by some voters on the morning of the polling date, is one of the factors that the president directed for investigation. Akol, who won the election, says she doesn't know her fate.
So I'm not happy about that, unless the situation is rectified, but otherwise I'm not also comfortable, because I personally also, I don't know my fate.
It is against this background that Mary Akol is contemplating quitting the political position.
Can work when my people are there, I can work with them. But if they are continuing, then who's me? Whom do I work with, especially? Whom do I work with? I will resign.
Mary Akol was the NRM candidate for the Bukedia LC5 by-elections. She won with 79,692 votes against her closest challenger, an independent candidate who garnered 4,941 votes. The by-election was held to replace Moses Olemukan, who died in December 2022. Henry Okrut, UBC.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a very short break, but we'll return after these messages.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and get a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
The The biggest, the baddest East African Christian Marathon is here. Come participate at the East African Christian Marathon for a prayer run on the 13th of August 2023 at the Lugogo Hockey Grounds. Come represent your family at the prayer run and run for a good cause to build the first call center, which will be East Africa's virtual listener. Come for the prayer run alongside your pastors, leaders, representatives from Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, South Sudan, and of course Uganda. Participate with Honorable Captain Mike Mukula, who is the chief runner and patron. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Make your donation for your kid now from 20,000, 30,000 and 100,000 Uganda shillings, because runs change the world. For more details, call 0781 885 055 or visit our website at www.eastafricachristianmarathon.org. Proudly sponsored by PKF, UBC, Venro Health, Aquafina, and Moving Preacher.
Introducing the Infinix Note 30 series in partnership with Airtel Uganda, a smartphone where style meets functionality. Take charge of the day with special features like the 108MP triple camera and 68 watts first charge, and the best part is you can use this phone to charge other phones. You also will enjoy free 3GB from Airtel every month for 3 months on each new device purchased. Dial *100#, select data and devices to get your free data. The Infinix Note 30 series Spark, a connection in partnership with Airtel, a reason to imagine.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something, but the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Juko. Yo. What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Uganda waranchi batusako manrane chikona tena tekobo seko season yakuna savu July kuma Mount Papa's Hall usasule kwa MTN mobile money usasule kuma chitundu MTN usasule nega kometano iga sistemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha kwa MTN ofune tiketi yokati wabula kumulyango usasule mitwale 2 yepe mitwale 5 ate meza ya milioni 2 munana July kodi ni hotel mkono wenda July ni can resort weza 15 July France Africa Jinja Abiri July Maria Flema Saka Abiri Mwenda July Afro Club Eka Sangati Ate yo noku yingi na mutualo Wafujini dwa musente Talent Africa Victoria University Suzu Property Consultants Pepsi Max Uganda Warranty Ne
MTN.
Welcome back from that break, and now into the business scene. Uganda Revenue Authority officials failed to account for over 1 billion shillings in relation to the purchase of various pieces of land across the country. It was revealed during a session with the Public Accounts Committee, COSASE, that the officials did not adhere to the proper procurement procedure. Legislators also discovered that the costs associated with the land purchases were exaggerated and that the transactions were conducted without any accompanying plans or documentation.
On Wednesday, officials from Uganda Revenue Authority were speechless and could not provide accountability for the land procured from 2018 to 2020 in various parts of western Uganda, as they didn't follow procurement processes. Various pieces of land were bought in Bunagana border, Bundibujo and Mirama Hills without needs assessment that causes suspicion of corruption and fraud.
They were not budgeted for. 2, it was not one of their objectives and needs. It appears like there were some chunks of money that URA wanted to dispatch by acquiring these plots of land, because when you dig deeper in the reports, you don't see anywhere in one of the objectives, even within the district, on market value, the piece of land cannot be at the same price. Because I will tell you, what is that piece of acre in a municipality? And what is that piece of acre in the rural areas deep in the district? There will be two different values. But as well, when you look at the records, even within the contracts committee, you can sense that there were arguments that the size of the land, as quoted by the chief government valuer, was different from the size of the land quoted by the surveyors. It is also within here. And when it comes to figures, there's a lot of narrative to do with the figures.
The legislators also discovered that pieces of land were bought without involvement of Uganda Land Commission as required by law.
Number 2, for most of these purchases, the accounting officer did not even confirm availability of funds. Number 3, for some of the plots, there was no chief government valuer's report, meaning it was not sought, the opinion of the chief government valuer. For others, there was a variation from what the chief government valuer did issue. Then again, the sizes, acreage that your people are quoting is different from what they have given us on almost each plot of land, yeah? And so we don't want to assume you people are trying to confuse us, because we are not going to get confused on this matter.
I'd like to apologize for a lack of preparedness on this item of land. And Honorable Chair, as you know, from the beginning of this session, there are some elements where we are saying maybe we need more time, and it was the basis for our request.
When URA officials failed to explain and account for pieces of land, the MPs led by the committee chairperson, Joel Senyonyi, sent away the officials from Parliament.
So let's dismiss you for today. Go and get all the documents you require.
Philip Aguta for UBC News at Parliament.
And now to the world of sports. The She Cranes are in their final preparations ahead of the 2023 Netball World Cup slated for South Africa later this month. We have details in this report.
With less than a fortnight to the 2023 Netball World Cup in South Africa, the She Cranes believe they are ready to be champions in the upcoming games.
The team is in good shape, everything is set well, we are physically, mentally, and let me say psychologically we are prepared. We don't have anything which I don't think we need more.
The She Cranes have engaged in a variety of friendly encounters with different teams, including a men's side behind closed doors. They are confident that these matches have equipped them with the necessary skills to compete against the world's best.
There's a lot of talent these boys are giving us, which we think that it's even more better than having our own trainings. And me personally, as the team captain, I wish if there was an opportunity for the management to help us to bring these boys for all these remaining days, because there's a lot we are getting from them. First and foremost, they're very strong. Their agility and their speed is also good compared to the one for the ladies. And I feel like within these remaining days, if they can give us a chance of having so many friendlies with them, we shall be somewhere.
The Netball World Cup, which consists of 16 teams, will take place in Cape Town, South Africa from July 28th to August 6, 2023. The She Cranes are in Pool D with Trinidad and Tobago, Singapore and defending champions New Zealand. Masha Miro, UBC News.
And with that, UBC Lunchtime News comes to an end. Do enjoy much more of UBC Television's programming. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. Good afternoon.